Hello, family. How is everybody doing? Just wanted to hop on and make a video to discuss a recent experience that my dear friend and I just had. Everyone, please meet Marlene.
Hello.
She is my soul sister. I just met in a course that we were doing that really opened our eyes and just it was extremely crazy. So we wanted to hop on here, share our experience, and really dive into the topic of Marlene.
Yeah, you see?
Yep. And people right now, we've noticed, collectively we feel like, we're searching for something more and developing our spiritual abilities. And, in the new age community, it's very easy to get pigeonholed, kind of sucked into, one concept, one group, one idea. And the goal is to really detach and be in your sovereignty and just be in your own power without seeking outside sources. So we just really want to help those that, are wanting to heal themselves, just to find, ways to do that and, not be giving your power away to any outside forces in the physical or the spiritual. So anything you want to add to that, Marlene?
It's also, as healers, we become lonely. And we want to have that feeling of belonging. And so we do jump on these courses and like, I connect with, other spiritual brothers and sisters. And it's, then you come to a cross of you not feeling great. And it's just, in your gut, we need to listen to our gut, our instincts that doesn't resonate with us. So we need to go within. We again, just like Gina said, we should not look out and search for what we need to heal or to awaken more. It's you need to go within in your heart space. You have all the answers. Your higher self has all the answers. No one from the outside does. You do.
Yep. So this is really targeted. So if you're considering joining a healing group or a group of like-minded individuals that are trying to train you to teach some sort of class, Reiki, any kind of energy healing, there are things to look out for. And, this is what we just learned, hit us like a train. The things that you can look out for to avoid making the mistake of signing up for, committing to creating a contract with something dark and nefarious, to be honest.
Words too. Yeah. And again, words are spells, and they use those words to just bring us in. And then we're like we're in that mesmerizing, and again, the idolizing, which we should not put anyone in a pedestal. And, we really need to, because they're getting weaker, and the dark is getting weaker, and they are trying to pull as much energy as they can to energize themselves up again. So, yeah.
So just to kind of tell our audience, about what we got involved with, do you want to tell them just the overview of the group that we joined? We're not using any names.
No, we're not. But again, keywords, as spiritual healers, we want to walk away and step back from churches. And anyone that uses the words like service, mass, or worship.
Hold on. Let's start. This is where what we were involved in. So it was a 7-week course.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. It was a 7-week course.
7-week course that we both signed up for. It was a $1,200 course, and we met once a week, every Friday, for just 1 hour to basically be taught how to do what this specific healer did, learn what she does, and being given all these different tools and way of doing things to heal other people.
All these papers, right?
So basically we signed up for this course. That's how Marlene and I met. We were signed as partners, and literally, we just started diving in to practicing what we've been taught together and it was not, we weren't feeling it. So Marlene, do you want to kind of explain your experience of?
Right. So when we first met in the class, the very first day, and I'm going to keep saying this, we had the same colored shirt.
Pink tank top.
Yes. And it was a tank top. Okay. And that's so rare. And then we were, I was gonna say twins. Oh my God. We were partners, and I just got goosebumps. We were partners. And right away we clicked, like, so, I mean, it was amazing. Right. So we clicked, and whenever we were trying to do this, like our homework, right, we weren't able, we weren't,
we're struggling in doing it the way she was assigned us to do it.
It wasn't resonating with us. It was so hard because we were getting stuck at we were getting stuck at a certain point. We're like, okay, then now what? We weren't understanding, like, okay, well, we were asking like all these questions.
And we just it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right.
No, because we were questioning what she was doing, because it wasn't feeling right. And we felt like, we can sense that others were doing it, their videos and all that stuff, because we were supposed to send our videos. That was our homework, to send videos of what
to show her how we were progressing with what she was teaching.
Right. And we weren't even able to.
Yep. So what kind of happened was week 2, was week 2 when, so week 2, right when we hop on the call, our leader person specifically says someone is blocking their psychic abilities. And that was Marlene. She was blocking her psychic abilities because she instinctively knew that this was not right. What we were like, signing up for. Well, I mean, long story short, it's a cult. It is a cult. And we're going to, walk through, different signs and triggers that came up. So what are some of the things that we went through? Let's just talk about that like pointed out to us that this was indeed a cult.
Yeah. And it took us, the third week, right? It took us the third week.
So the third week we had a example of a healing happen. And she did it with a person at her home, and Marlene felt sick the whole time. Just totally feeling all these just horrible energies. Her stomach hurt. I mean, you can kind of elaborate.
Yeah, it was really bad. But the night before I wasn't feeling great too. So my whole balance was like, I felt my chakras were not balanced starting the class, right? But the third week when she started doing, because I can transmute the energies, we all can, because we're all collective. We can feel all the emotions. Okay. So my abilities were turned off, but I was transmuting the emotions that everyone was feeling. Right. So I was sick to my stomach, not throwing up. Like I wanted to throw up. And then all of a sudden, a really bad, sharp pain on my left ovary, like a knife, like a knife, like something just like stabs it, like just really quickly. And it hurts. It was hurt. And it's, it was like hurting me. I just didn't feel, it wasn't a good feeling at all. And my thinking process wasn't going well. I was agitated. I was like so angry after the third week.
Yep. And we just felt like we weren't getting it. And, that's when, after the third session, now, mind you, the teacher was late to the third session by 2 hours, overslept, and hurt her arm. And we think this was all energetically hit back to her because of what she was doing with us.
Right. Because we sent her our video in clips, because we didn't know how to record our Zoom to send it to her. So we were doing it clip by like small clips of the video and sending them to her. And she never responded back.
Never did. And it was almost like our energy was just so overwhelming that I don't even know, but
I felt like the collective's energy was like poof, and it was just like it like knocked her down. It knocked her down because she couldn't get up. She wasn't able to wake up.
And what she just decided that she wanted, there are 5 of us in the group, 5 or 6 of us in the group. And she wanted all of us to come out there for Thanksgiving out to where she lives. And and do a 2-day intensive of an immersion, where we would get some sort of code infused to us or something. Anyway,
Ascension code, right?
yeah, she was trying to get us to go out there, and instantly I was like, heck yeah, I'm on board. But I canceled, a family vacation to go do this. So we're intertwined. We're seeing how this manipulation, like, wait a second, how did we all just sign up to go cancel our Thanksgiving with our family to go out there to do this? So a lot of manipulation, heavy manipulation. So what, 3 nights ago, we figured all of this out?
On my birthday, girl.
Yep. On your birthday. Wow. Yeah. So signs and triggers that came up, basically what happened.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, it's pretty.
Well,
yeah.
Well, we're on FaceTime on Saturday night and walking through, like, all of a sudden, like, spirit comes into our bedrooms, and all of a sudden it's like our higher selves tap online, and they're like, we're in a trance.
We're in a trance.
We're in a trance, and our higher selves are talking, and we're like, all of a sudden it was just like, bam, this is manipulation. Yeah, this is manipulation. What's going on here? Like, what did we sign up for? And we start going through the workbook that we're going to be become chaplains.
Well, no. Before that, when we were talking on FaceTime, and spirit comes on my wall. Remember, we were on a total trance. Like, it was, we were taken over. So it was meaning, like, and I even showed Gina, I go, do you see something on the wall? And she can see it. And I'm asking, are you from the light? The head's doing this. And Gina's like, I can hear them say yes. So again, spirit, when you do not listen, they are persistent, and they will not stop until you listen to them, because they are trying to say, hello, stop doing this. You're going on the wrong path. Again, we are supposed to be learning from our mistakes. We've done this before. So this is when we were looking up these words just coming out.
Cult. What is the definition of cult? And my internet stopped working. My phone overheated. Yeah. Our battery died. We got disconnected. It was like, oh my gosh.
Everything was happening.
Everything was going haywire. And our screens kept blacking out. It was on, like, and then right at 11:11, we're completely out of trance, and we come back down to earth, and we're like, oh, what were we talking about? We're just overthinking. Like, we just started laughing, thinking that everything we just spoke of, which was an hour and a half long that we were in this trance, we thought it was all us just playing tricks on ourselves.
Yep.
So we're laughing, we're dying laughing.
And we couldn't stop laughing about it.
But what, it took us a day to realize, wow, this is a hijacking. This is hijacking at its finest. And it's so easy to be deceived. And the way, just a couple ways to pick out what is deception. And that would be when it's anything outside of yourself. So if, for instance, I'm going to get the book just because I haven't burned it yet.
Oh, the book, I haven't burned it yet too. Yeah, I haven't.
So, I want to read examples so that when people come in contact with these kind of groups, you know what to look for. And, as light workers, and as we're ascending, light workers, we're targets. And the false prophets, they're on and popping. They're coming on strong right now. Yes. And it can't be Marlene and I, we're the only ones going through this. So that's why we're making this video, to give people, the clues to discern what is false light and what is not. So, so the mission statement, and we're going to leave out names, obviously, but it says the ministry chaplains are here to embody the Christ. Embody the Christ, be the Christ. Okay. They are divine channels of God. We do not channel God. We are streams of God. Channel is outside. That is outside of you. Expressing love, compassion through service and devotion of the mother's love, of our love.
Yes.
Out something outside of us. We are all love.
You're not supposed to be searching for that. Because you are the love. You are.
And a couple things that define the spiritual counselor and their role is as follows: connect with God, surrender self. What does that mean? That means you are surrendering. Well, it says surrender to your employer in here.
It does say surrender to your employer. Yeah.
But when you surrender yourself, that is a sacrifice. That is demonic.
If we surrender ourselves, we are supposed to be surrendering not ourselves, but don't fight what's trying to come to you organically.
To let things flow, let things be, not control. That's what the surrender would be, you know. But when you surrender yourself, you're sacrificing yourself. You're submitting yourself to something outside of you that,
again, idolizing someone.
Idolizing. She
the items,
told me that I was her daughter in a past life, Decepti0n, that I was Cleopatra's daughter in a past life, and that I was her high priestess.
Sorry.
This happened. And she has a house right now with a bunch of people in her home that she's telling this to, that they're her children. And that, I mean,
I'm the mother and you are my children.
I'm the mother, you're the children. Submit to me, do my work. And she wanted us to go out to where she lives and exercise our skills that we've been learning in this course by doing healing on people in front of her to show
after her service,
and basically doing her work for her. Woo, it runs deep. Anything you want to add to that, Marlene?
So she would also say, Lord, lift me. You know, we are never, I mean, we are learning again, and Lord, God, princess, queen, all that, we should never put ourselves at a pedestal, because we are all one, we are all equal, we are all connected, and because we're pieces of each other. No one is better than the next. Right. You do not put yourself as a title. You are no title. Your name doesn't even belong to you. It's a name. So for her to say, Lord, lift me, I will meet you at the altar. These are worships. Like, this is not where we're supposed to be going spiritually inside. Lord, I lift myself up. Guide spirit is there. Right. But I need to do the work. They will pull us out like they did. They pulled us out. Now go on and continue doing what you're supposed to be doing. And
I think, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And I think another thing that really got us was that, and help me phrase this the right way, that, she was having us do healing through, it was not us doing the healing. Like it said, we are not the healer. It said, we are not the healer. God is the healer. So to never confuse that, it was like, you are not the healer. God's the only healer. Like he heals, so it wasn't even us doing the healing. It was us. Can you explain that better?
So someone else, like I don't want to say the word. So someone else is doing the healing. Like you have that healing inside of you because you have that light, right? So she's saying that you basically put in layman's terms, you don't have that light to heal. You have to get it from somewhere else.
Yep.
Which is, we all know what it is to
Mm-hmm.
do that healing in an awful way.
Yes, that is demonic. That is the dark side.
Yeah.
And
yes,
it's
it is.
so easily confused with the light. And that's where we're at, is it's easy to be deceived, but and not to get biblical, but the Bible says that this would happen, that, all the false prophets would come out. It would, that this kind of thing would happen.
I mean, she does talk about herself being a prophet.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Um,
And we should not be doing that. I mean, I'm saying we, because we as a collective should not say that. I mean, well, again, we learned from our lessons, and we need to rise on our own, like our own power.
yes.
We need to stand, and no one else is going to do that for us but us.
Exactly. No one's coming to save us. We save ourselves.
You rise your frequency as high as you can. No one's going to rise it for you but you.
And no one can tell you how to be you and how to do what you do.
Right.
Better than
or
you.
How to heal. Yeah. Or teaching you how they're healing. No, you have your own abilities to heal. Oh, and it said something in the packet that it's okay to brag about your abilities. It's not ego.
Oh, let me read that part.
Yes, it says that. It says that you don't have, and yeah, you can brag about it. It's not really the ego. Oh no, that's ego. We all have the same abilities.
It says, another important fact to remember, but not an essential aspect of the work, is that if you practice the above outlined steps for being a true healer, it also means you fit into the category of a miracle worker. Now, this goes to A Course in Miracles, which we think is hijacked as well. Of course, to think of yourself as a miracle worker might bring up such issues as thinking you're arrogant or overrating your skills. Like what? But these ego-related issues will not be a problem if you keep in mind that it is not you who does the healing work, nor is it your skills that facilitate the healing, the outcome. It is God.
Yeah. And when they talk about not going to church, right? They talk about that, but then they are doing Sunday service, mass, but they're outside. That's still worship. That's still talking about Lord.
And we're not here to, tell people of any, we're not saying, I'm open to all religions. I'm not trying to say that any religion is bad. We're not trying to say that. We're not trying to demonize religion or anything, we're not trying to demonize anything or anyone. We're just trying to create awareness about these groups, how easy it is to get entangled in something that is really going to be detrimental to your spiritual ascension.
These are key points to look out for. If that's not the way your path is, and you're kind of like tangled in it, this is what you're supposed to be. If you're not feeling right, then it's not, what it's not. So you need to walk away from it.
And you're essentially selling your soul. And, I noticed my abilities were really coming online. Like, mine were amped up, and, it was like, I was seeing spirit outside. I was seeing spirits, and, my abilities, they were just so turned up. And I think it's also a side effect of, working with the dark side, cause you get that power and it makes you power hungry. You're like, oh, well, since I'm getting all these abilities now, I'm going to keep doing this. The dark will suck you in like that. And it's not organic. It's not organic to get all these abilities at once. That is not organic. And that is demonic. That is the dark.
Yeah.
That is false light.
As I just burped. Yeah. And I kept burping too. Yeah. And another thing, truth comes out, burping. It's burping. And I just kept burping, and it wouldn't stop. Every time we were saying something, I'd burp. Like it was just, because again, we always want to be like, oh, well, give me a sign, because we need to make sure that this is correct. But it was like, oh, that's confirmed. Yeah. Yep. It's true.
And another thing, don't let anybody tell you who you are. If you get psychic sessions, if you get healing sessions, and someone tries to tell you who you are, that is a major red flag. You know who you are. the answers truly are within you. All of the answers are within you.
Mhm.
No one tells
Yes.
you who you are.
No. And then when they start telling you that you belong to them, that just lowers your vibration,
Mhm. 'Cause
and
self is
you will
first.
feel like you're not worth it. And we all know that we are all worth it. We're so worth it.
Mhm.
And this is why they are attacking us. I mean, I can't say attack. This is why they are trying to suck us in
Mhm.
to go their way.
Mhm. Because you would be submitting. You would no longer be the leader of your life.
Yeah. Because
And
we're
that's,
all leaders. We're all,
we're all leaders. They're just they're trying to take our power.
yeah. Like even the words of the healer's healer or teacher's teacher, or I am the first, he is the first, light, made the word light worker. You know what I'm talking about. So
Mhm.
these are the things we also need to look at. If they are talking about themselves as they are better than all, they are not what we are. They're not the ones that we thought they are.
Or if they say they're in reincarnation of Jesus, they're reincarnation of Mother Mary, whoever,
Yeah.
reincarnation, that is another false light. These idols and um, I mean, these attachments to that, it's demonic.
It's, yeah, like, the reason why they don't, I mean, the reason why they are using those word, like the names like Jesus, Mother Mary, Mary Magdala, the archangels, like their names, because people, like, I mean, we've all been there, the idolizing, we've all been there.
And it's the
It's the
ego.
name brand. You're right. It's the name, it's the brand, it's the name. And so, oh, if you say I'm going to come to you, of course,
Mhm.
and it's just, there's certain things that you can see when it's repetitive, when they are only focusing on those guides, and they're only focusing on them, you're sucked into something else,
Mhm.
because we have multiple guides. We don't just have what we have multiple guides, multiple teachers,
Mhm.
and I mean, they're us. It's us, all of us. Like, it's,
We're
again, we're
helping
all
each
one.
other, we're helping each other grow. And it's so many light workers are coming online right now with such a bright light, a beautiful bright light that we have been trying to find within ourselves like our whole lives, of all the deep programming and stuff. And that's here. People are coming online. I just got chills. People are coming online right now so rapidly. And I know, I get it. People are wanting to learn how to do energy work and heal themselves, heal others. I get it. And that's not to say psychics and healers are bad, but knowing the triggers, the specific signs to know if there's somebody of the light that you would want to work with that won't siphon your energy. You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, you'll feel sick. That's it. You'll feel very sick, and you'll know that's not what you're supposed to be doing, because
Mhm.
they're taking your energy away. You'll feel
Mhm.
sick, and some of your abilities will automatically turn off. That right there tells you.
Yeah, and that's how it was for you, Marlene, but I didn't feel sick. I just kept coming up with these things like, oh, it could be a cult. And I didn't listen to myself. I did not
No.
listen to myself.
Well, yeah, you said it, but then, when this whole the whole retreat thing, my husband said, he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, please hire yourself. Let's, like, my husband's hire yourself, please hire yourself, explain why. And he's like, well, babe, what if it's a cult?
Mhm.
And Gina thought the same thing. And I'm like, what are the odds that these two said that?
Mhm.
What are the odds?
Yep. And then the course was $1,200, and I couldn't afford that right then and there. And she was like, okay, well, you can just donate whatever you can. And she would try to get me to pay more and more. That was a red flag as well. When I told her that, this doesn't align with me, thank you so much for assisting me, but I'm no longer going to need this cult. No, just kidding.
Yeah, I know.
She took it poorly, and she responded not out of love, not out of love whatsoever, but out of ego. And
She texted you.
Mhm.
I went outside and I said, show me what you're trying to show me. Remember, in the clouds, and I saw it.
You saw a demon in the clouds. Yep.
And what was it holding?
A puppet.
And what a figure. A
A
human figure. A
Human
human figure.
Mhm. Yep.
And then, I mean, yeah. And that was right after she texted you. And then hours later, she texted me and wanted to know why the disconnect. So here was the other thing with the disconnect, because what we had to do was actually disconnect. We had to go through those steps to disconnect, though.
Did the cord cutting ritual. And that is one of the most powerful things that we all can do right now, is cut cords,
Burn.
cords, detach, learn how to do that. That is
And burn it.
And burn it.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me burn it yesterday. It was not. Yeah, the wind was like, nope. It was trying so hard. I'm telling you, it was trying so hard not to burn. The wind was picking up, like really just roaring. And I'm like, come on, come on. And then all of a sudden it went whoosh and it just flamed up. Flamed up. And then even if it's the slightest small little piece of paper, you still have to burn it. You still have to burn that little tiny paper.
Yep. Ashes to ashes.
And then I felt better.
Yep.
After I burned it, I felt better.
All about that intention.
That sick in my stomach was gone. I felt better. Like my energies came back.
We knew it was not right for us. We knew.
Yep.
And that's, anytime, those out there that are struggling with deciding what to do, listen to your intuition. It always knows. It always knows. It always knows. So what else do we want to add to this before we log off here? Key things to look for. We kind of went over that.
A glitter, right? When they're doing simulation on them, right?
Oh, simulation. Yeah. So people that like to make themselves look like Disney princesses, put fairy wings and sparkles and things. That's a sign of demonic possession. Ooh, the screen just went black.
They're trying. I mean, it's not going to happen. We're highly protected right now.
We're highly protected. Yeah. Claiming that they're all these different reincarnations of so-and-so.
They talk about ego. They say that their ego is dead. It's gone. Listen, your ego still needs to be there. We still need to experience this human, life right now, but our ego needs to be interwoven into our spiritual side where we can control that, or that, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. If it doesn't resonate, then it doesn't resonate. But I'm just saying, like, ego doesn't just go, I'm dead, I'm gone, bye, right? I mean, it takes a lot of time, but if your ego is going to creep up and you're going to talk about other people constantly and feeling like you have more power than others, it's a repetitive thing. And
we are all
you'll know. Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, we are. Of course. Yes, we are all equal. No one is better than
no one is better than anyone.
No. And you have your own healing tools. Your hands are your healing tools, your hands, your voice, your humming, your body, everything, your movement, your dance. Those are your healing tools. Your heart, your heart space, you're the tool.
So what are some ways that we can recommend for people on how to protect themselves?
Of course, using, the cosmic diamond violet flame, under the grace of, under the law of grace, ground.
Connecting with Mother Gaia, go put your feet in the earth. Get your toes.
If they can't, if they can't, they have to imagine, the roots coming into their feet. Mother Gaia, she will always, always protect you in so many ways. It's the love that she will just give you. It's it's amazing. You just think, we all know how to ground. We just need to ground harder than ever right now, harder than ever. And our roots need to get into our feet.
So grounding is essential. Eat red foods, anything root chakra related, eat those red foods to ground yourself. Also, I mean, some things that I do, if I'm feeling powerless, sometimes, we have those moments and I'll ask my guides to put up a rainbow shield and they will listen. I ask them, they can't help you. It's free will. Everything is free will. And that'll also go to the consent thing. So, I mean, you ask for help and you will receive it. And also a thing I do is I'll say the armor of God is around me and protects me, and imagine my light bubble around me. And, it worked every time.
always make that bubble. Make sure you get your feet. Always make sure you get the feet in
Get
your
the
head.
feet. Get the feet in the
Yes.
head.
Bring that 12th dimensional Christ light into your bubble. Your guardian angels, your guardian dragons, your dragons are there, the dragon elementals. You ask and you will be protected. It's just, again, free will. You ask, they're here.
They're here. They're
They are
waiting for you to
here.
ask for help. They're waiting.
Absolutely.
They're waiting. And you can also call upon your higher self, of course, because
Right. Higher self. Yeah. Because
your number one fan.
Yep. They know it. And your soul, your soul as well. Like they know. They know. They're the purest. They know what's going on. They're like, come on, wake up. Stop being an idiot, right? I mean, it's because of that belonging. And I know how lonely it can get. Oh my gosh, I know how lonely it can get because I'm alone too. I no friends, so it's no friends at all. I mean,
physical. I mean,
my
we
children.
don't
I mean, my kids are my friends, and they're they are they're in that high dimension. They're a high frequency, but what are they going to talk to you about? You know what I mean? My 13 years like, mommy, I don't want to talk about, my guys, she doesn't want to, and that's okay. But it's just, it's that lonely, that belonging. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I get to be in a group with other brothers and sisters. And it's like, we're supposed to be alone right now.
We're supposed to be alone right now. And yeah. And it sounds great to have a tribe and to be doing work together as a group, but it's a cult.
Yeah, that's a cult, man.
And not all of them are. I mean, you can find, it's just very rare right now because we're all supposed to be doing the inner healing work. That is the crucial point right now, is inner child shadow work. Do the work.
Yep. Because it's up right now on high demand with that shadow. Because now we're seeing the shadow work. We're seeing this. We're seeing the shadows.
We're seeing the shadows.
And yeah, we're seeing the shadows right now. And it's coming a lot faster than it used to. That's for sure. Because, we're turned on.
Yep.
Again, remember, something got activated. So we're all turned on. We're all connected. So we're all feeling it. We're not the only ones, but I'm just saying these are, the lonely times. They get lonely, and we try to search and look for, our partners. And let me tell you, it's going to come organically, because Gina and I, we met organically.
Yep.
This was written. We wrote this before we came here. What shirt to wear, who to follow for a little bit.
We even noticed that when they tried we tried to do a group text. This is the last thing before we log off. We tried to do a group text, and I was like, okay, well, go ahead and text me and I'll start a group chat. And the lady, I gave her my number and she was like, okay, I'm texting you right now. The text never went through. And then I got on our Wix chat, and I said, everybody text me their number. It was only 5 or 6 of us. So it's like, everybody text me their numbers so we can have a group chat. No one did. How weird is that? When we're all wanting to connect, we were all wanting to connect and get to know each other. It never happened. It was not supposed to happen. Why? Because those people in that group are going to learn their lesson the hard way. Right. And whatever they signed up for, they're going to learn from it. We can't be like, Marlene and I can't be like, oh, hey, we just figured this out. You better bolt. Bolt. That's a cult. We can't do that. They have to learn the lesson, and they have to figure it out on their own, just like we did.
Yeah.
So any words of encouragement, Marlene, that we can give fellow light workers out there trying to, find their passion and, develop their abilities? Any words of encouragement?
Yeah. I mean, just don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up. You have that light, and you have that healing, oh my gosh. And it's beautiful. You're beautiful. We're all beautiful. We all connected. Don't give up. If this is just a little hiccup, as we say, right? But this is because we need to learn from our mistakes, and we are learning. We're continuing to learn. So now this happens to anyone, we know, we know what to look for, but don't give up. And we love each and every one of you. We don't, again, we don't have titles. We are one. Don't give up. That's it. We don't give up. We do not give up. Yeah.
And you're never alone. You are never, ever alone. And that hit me. I had to hear that a lot before. I mean, I actually believed it, right? But you're never alone. Spirit is always with you, and your guards, your guardian angels are always with you, your guides.
Your guards, actually. Yeah. No, you said it right.
Yeah, your
They are
guards.
your guards. Yeah.
Mhm.
They got you. And the universe has your back. That's
Yep.
it. Always.
Yep. There's no reason to fear right now.
Mhm.
So, all right, everybody. If you have any questions or if you feel like you are about to join a cult and you want to reach out, please feel free. I will have my email below. We're happy to help and give any insight that we can. These lessons sometimes have to be learned the hard way, but maybe somebody, maybe we can help somebody nip it in the bud. So,
Yeah.
and y'all, all the love.
All right. Bye. Love you.